Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jenna and Jenny and Angelina and Maureen and everybody out in the entire freaking universe. Yes, and thank God it's Friday. TGIF. So, I have this French trip coming up. We're going to go to France at the end of May. We're going to France at the end of May. And normally if I go on a vacation, it's like, oh, I should really do this in the morning. I should do our tarot thing. But then it's like, you're on vacation. Do you really want to get up at 6:30 and get ready to look like you've been, get all pretty and all that, and put on my makeup and all that stuff? Well, in France, it's a 5-hour time difference. So the plan is to set an alarm at 1:30 or 1:15 every day in France. Wherever we are, I'm going to stop and I'm going to stream it from the phone. So that is going to be the goal, is to continue doing this every morning wherever we happen to be. So that should be fun. So how is everybody? I hope everybody's having that amazing day. I see the sunshine outside. I have no idea what the temperature is, but the sun is singing and the birds are shining, so I'm okay with that. As we listen to the cards, like they're the sounds of the ocean. Ugh. And that reminds us to take that breath. Ugh. So, also reminds me to ask myself, I don't know about anybody else, where's my feet at? Oh, that feels good as I roll my ankles. And then it's like have my butt do the kitty dance, get nice and comfortable. And anytime I check in with the shoulders, it makes me want to take a breath anyway. And rolling the neck. Doing that light switch that says, all right, it's time to disassociate, which is kind of what I do. And time to check in with the universe. So, there we go. Get my little clean slate here. So, what am I going to do next then? I am going to make our 3 stacks. And actually, reading the tarot in France is going to be kind of fun, because Marseille is in France is where the Marseille tarot was made. And that's the one that I use each week, at least once a week. So I'll be using my French decks in France. So, what do we have here? We have our 3 stacks, each one a different thread going out to the universe, each one a different thought or idea, and if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one conversation, and this conversation is going to lead us down a path that'll be different than this one. And this morning, let's take the bottom stack, or what I like to think of as things that are underneath that might be influencing us and we don't even realize it. And I'm going to do our 3 in 1. And I'll flip each card over one at a time, like we're reading the pages of a book, after I take a sip of coffee. Oh, so good. So, the exciting part, of course, I love flipping that first card. And I've said it before, but by not having all the cards upright, it really is kind of like being on the stage. You get that stage fright. It's like, what about if this is the one day where it just doesn't make sense? But let's see what that first card is to see where it leads. Oh, well, this is pleasant. You want to see springtime? Okay, so here we have our court card. Court cards can be us or somebody else, part of a situation. And we have a page. Look at this page. Okay. Oh, kind of like looking at this because this is kind of what we're coming out of, that barren, wintry time, right? And this page is fascinated by what? That little bit of green. So pages are when we are open to new things, when we're open to learning. A page wants to learn to be a knight wants to learn to be a king. And wands are the element of fire, and we can think of fire easily as passion, creativity, energy, movement. So this is kind of like waking up in the morning and realizing that we have all these opportunities. It's a time to be able to say, I know what the headlines say. I do. I read the headlines. I know what they say. But this branch, but this branch has got like a leaf on it. And sometimes we forget to just say, oh, but this branch has got a horrible death and destruction in the news today, but this branch has got a leaf on it. So the next card, it's the Three of Hearts. Because we know how difficult it is sometimes, mentally. That I know Pamela Coleman Smith has this heart on here. And it's because she saw this particular picture for another tarot deck called Solabusca, the first one to have all of the pips that were actually painted. So she had that for inspiration for that. But swords are the element of air. Swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties. Okay? And we have the clouds up here to represent air. So when we have one sword is a new thought, it's a new idea. It's what our little page here runs with. It's like, I've got an idea. It's like, I'm going to plant this. And then we have two swords. Two swords are about decisions, making choices. I would love to be able to go out and plant this little leaf here and this plant. But do I go to work or do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this? When we see the Two of Swords, we need to make a decision. And a lot of times if we don't make that decision, the decision will be made for us. And so we can even, since we read based on the cards, we may even have our hearts set on doing something. But our brains get in the way. So let's see what the third card is. The third card is saying, dang it, don't let life get in the way. That's a beautiful, once you realize that, through all this and everything that's going on in the world. But who has time for something like that? We get all up in our head. And then look at all those flowers. And we decide, I have time for this. Today, this is saying, I have time for this. So cups. Cups are our spirituality, our emotions, and our feelings. Cups are the element of water. Spring is the element of water. Sixes. We talked about threes. Threes are about growth, moving forward. Fours are like four legs on a table. When we have all that stability of the fours, somebody ultimately or something in life, we have this beautiful idea of what we want to do. And then life kicks in and fives are always a challenge. And the thing is that we have to ask ourselves, if five is the hill, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? And when we do, that's our six. This is a card of remembrance. There's a lot of strength in remembering the joy that we used to have. Look at this person here. So this person and this person here. One of these, I'm not sure which one, is giving a cup of flour to the other. This small child here could be giving it to the other person. It looks like this other child is giving it to this person. but they're sharing. It's about looking back at the good times, about the people that helped us and the people that we helped along the way. So this is all about not letting life get in the way of our joy. Not letting our thoughts make our decisions not letting our thoughts make our decisions for us. How do we feel? So let's see what the advice card says. See life? The Seven of Swords. And so we talked about the sixes. Well, sevens are about progress, potential, drive, ambition, still wanting to get to 10. It is so easy. When we have these thoughts in our head, the shoulda, woulda, couldas, we get so wrapped up in our head that we spiral sometimes. I mean, we would all love to be here. But if we don't mentally, if we don't take care of ourselves, if we don't give ourselves permission. Look at this. This is, see that guy right there? This is us. In a dream, you don't think about it, but we are every person in a dream. So if you're getting chased by somebody, you're actually that person chasing you. We are everybody in our dream because it's our creation. So in this card, we are everybody in this card as we reflect. And look at this guy, giving permission. I've grown all these plants here. I have this idea. And now I'm going to give you permission to start your own garden. But this is our runaway thoughts. But I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. I've got to do 80% of this, and 20% of the time I need to do. Each one of these is a different task to hold us back. As we sit there, instead of saying, I want to make a goal of just planning this, then life kicks in and say, oh, I've got these swords. I forgot about that. And then all of a sudden we are weighed down by these 7 tasks. And instead of enjoying the 6 of Cups, this is what we end up doing. So the advice card is a reminder of what happens if we decide, oh, that's right, I've made the decision. That third sword comes in, and instead of doing something that will be spiritually fulfilling, instead of doing something that will help me grow, help me appreciate what I have, I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to do this because I've got things I've got to do, and I'm going to carry all my cares and my woes, and I'm going to put them on my shoulder and start moving them around. So today, it's just a reminder to give ourselves permission and to give ourselves a little gift. And with that, I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing weekend, amazing rest of your day. I hope that this is you giving yourself, because again, we are everybody in our dream. So this is you giving yourself permission and a little flower. Take care, everybody. And I hope everybody has that great weekend, and I will see you all on Monday and eventually live from France. Take care.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light. Readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears, written in gold. Truth appears as stories unfold. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light.